sit and listen.
Thank you very much. So is it okay if I start? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Michelle Gucciardi. I am the director of Metro West Shine. It's good to see all of you again. I'm here to give a quick report on the status of Shine. As you can imagine, we are in the midst of an extremely busy Medicare open enrollment season right now. Medicare open enrollment runs between October 15th and December 7th, so we're right in the middle of it. And it has proven to be a very, very busy season, busier than since I've been in this role for the past 5 years. So we have filled up all of our appointments in Needham as of, I think it was about the last weekend of October, last week of October, all the appointments in Needham filled. And that's approximately 500 appointments. And then a few days after that, we filled up in terms of appointments across the entire Metro West region. So unfortunately, that means that folks that are just coming to us now looking for assistance during open enrollment, we don't have a lot of options for them. We are keeping a wait list where we can put some folks on the wait list if we have cancellations. And we are also referring folks to 1-800-Medicare where they can get 24/7 assistance. So that's the big update from us, is that we are having an extremely busy open enrollment season, which I would attribute, in my opinion, to two factors. One being all the outreach that we've done over the past couple of years has really led to more people knowing about us and coming to see us. And then second of all, there's just a lot of changes going on with Medicare, especially around Part D drug coverage for 2025. So I think a lot of folks are kind of hearing rumblings of that, or they're seeing that their plan premium is going up a lot, and they want to come see us and just review their coverage. We're seeing a lot of folks that maybe had been to Shine in the past few years or a few years ago, but hadn't been back recently, and they're sort of coming back. And in addition to sort of our regulars. The other thing that I wanted to mention, I want to talk just for a minute about our funding and talk about how our funding works, and something that has to do with our sort of indirectly about our funding. So as you might be aware, our funding, some of our funding comes from the federal government, from the agency called the Administration for Community Living. That money gets funneled down to each state. So each state has a program like ours. And in our state, the Shine program is administered by the Executive Office of Elder Affairs. So they are essentially the grantee for the funds that come from the federal government. And the Massachusetts Executive Office of Elder Affairs is charged with running the Shine program in Massachusetts. So the way that they do that is they split the state up into regions, and they have sort of sub-grantees. And that's where the town of Needham comes in. We are sort of the sub-grantee for the Metro West region. And so the funds get funneled down from the state, the feds, down to the Executive Office of Elder Affairs, down to the town of Needham. So we have recently been asked by the Executive Office of Elder Affairs to provide a letter of support for them, because they are going up again to ask ACL for 5 more years to be designated the sort of administrator of the Shine program in Massachusetts. So they have to apply for this and get approved for it by ACL so that they can continue their work of administering the Shine program in Massachusetts. So they have asked all regions, including here in Metro West, for us to provide a letter of support to them so that they can submit it with their grant application to ACL. So they provided a sample letter for us. And I don't know if Latanya has a copy of that, but they provided a sample letter that just talks about the importance of the Shine program and the work that we do, and the importance of having the Executive Office of Elder Affairs administer the program. So we are asking if the board would kind of be the signer for this letter to show the support that Needham has of the Executive Office of Elder Affairs, so that they can continue to get this grant for 5 more years. It's, I think, really important for the continuity of the program to have it be continue to be administered by EOEA, because they know Shine so well and they do a really great job with it. So if you have any questions about that letter of support, I'm happy to answer them.
Tanya, do you have the letter?
I have the letter.
Okay,
Okay.
I haven't seen the letter, but I see, I'm certainly willing to take a vote of support for even sight unseen, because I think we all think that this is an incredible program and would hate to lose funding, which means we lose the program. So, excuse me, is there a motion to, of the board to support this, letter going to,
I'll make that up.
thank you, Ed. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Penny. Is there any discussion? Any other questions that Michelle can answer? Okay,
All
here-
I can say is, I don't have to do this because it's done for me, but I can't imagine being alone and trying to figure out this stuff. So we need to.
And there's so many ads on TV from places that you have no idea who they are or anything, and I find that for an older person that isn't quite living as much as I hope I am. That, it's confusing. It really is, and you don't know whether it's a legitimate person, they don't know whether they're talking to, you know, the actual people that are doing this, or if it's just somebody that's, you know, bought some time,
Right.
really, yeah.
And Colleen, I have to add, it's a free program and it's ran by volunteers who are very dedicated and top-notch service,
Right.
top-notch.
And Dan is, and one of them, Dan has been doing it for a very long time.
About 6 years.
Yeah, well, that's a long time.
volunteers you have to do it? Michelle, how many volunteers from all the regions
So
together?
so across the state, it's 750 counselors statewide. Here in Metro West, it's about, I'd say about 72 counselors, most of whom are volunteers. About 60 of those are volunteers.
And how many do you have that come right from?
From Needham,
How
So
many
they have
are based in Needham?
Needham,
yeah.
We're at 7 right now, based in Needham. 5 that do in-person and 2 that do phone appointments.
Great, okay.
and the Needham people just have to stay right here, they meet the counselor here in this building, don't they?
they can go to other locations if
Yeah,
needed,
we
right,
have
Michelle?
there's
Or
an
they have-
office downstairs
Yeah.
at the Shine Council.
Downstairs.
Yeah,
Most of them-
so with the Shine program, yeah, so you can come right to Needham and get an appointment here, or you can go to a nearby town because Shine will not turn you away. If you decide you want to go to Wellesley, or if they have an appointment, or you want to go to Newton, they have a better appointment time that works for you, they won't turn you away.
Anything else? All in favor? Opposed? Thank you. Okay, we will get that letter
I'll
from
send it out.
Latanya and
I'll have
be
Andy
sure to
send
sign it and. Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot, Michelle.
Thank you so
Really
much. I appreciate it. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, let's,
So they're running, so 4 out of the 5 days, we run computer rooms, 2 in Framingham, 2 days in Framingham and 2 days here. And we have 4 or 5 people in the computer room at one time, seeing people, because it's mainly drugs this time, although I've had a lot of turning 65s too.
okay, let's start with, I guess, Jess, you're first on the list. We just kicked you off and moved you around.
All right. Hi, everybody. Give my 2 screens here. So the social work department's been really busy. You'll see a pretty good jump in our numbers for October. I have no idea why. But it's been busier. Everyone's, working hard. Carrie just completed a 3-month training on internal family systems, which is great. Carrie's really heading up our counseling program. So her having that additional modality of treatment is really exciting for us. We finally are contracted with GoGo Grandparent. We've been trained a few times, so we're gonna start offering medical rides again, this time through GoGo, which is a rideshare service and has the capability to do accessible rides. So meaning if someone needed a wheelchair van, not only do they use Uber and Lyft, but they also contract with local accessible vehicles. So we decided to use that instead of just going directly through Uber and Lyft because of that feature particularly. So right now, we're trying to target Boston appointments or appointments outside of Needham that people don't have another way to get to. And we're gonna kind of see how it goes. I did just apply for another grant from Mass Dot. Because this initial grant for GoGo was small, it was just under 10,000, so this one would be for about 50,000. To keep it going if it's working, or to go back to taxis if it's not, so. But we're finding that people appreciate the medical transportation and it's an unmet need. Being able to get to those outside of town appointments. We're not trying to, duplicate what's already being done through other services, but. Continue to offer that. So we'll see, this is kind of a pilot for us to see if ride shares, work for people. And Stefan will be doing all the actual ride organizing, thank goodness, so. You wouldn't want me coordinating the ride. We started a partnership up again with Mitchell School, which we had done before the pandemic, and we're bringing a group of seniors there once a month, and the students are doing like a life history on those seniors. And by the end of the year, it's been really great. They're recording it on like a podcast type app. And by the end of the year, they'll make like a little audio story and a PowerPoint on the person they're meeting with. So we used to write letters back and forth, and we feel like now the students are using iPads. We're giving out iPads. Let's bring it together. So, so we've had 2 meetings so far. We have another one tomorrow, and it's fun and great. So
Gonna donate some of that to the History Center.
Sure, yeah.
Lori would love to
Yeah,
have a little bucket with that in it.
yeah, it's been really cool, and it's cool to walk around and hear what they're talking about, and
Yeah.
almost all the older adults in our group have had kids that went to Mitchell. So, so it's fun to go back in the school, I think, for them and see, has changed and what looks exactly the same.
In most cases. Right.
Yeah.
Well,
But we're excited to have that going. It's nice to partner with other town organizations too. Sue and I are still diligently working on this iPad project. We put it out 2 weeks ago, I think, and we had 2 weeks-ish, yeah. We had 40 people sign up already. We have 96 iPads to give out. Now we're just trying to get them out. We've been dealing with registration and setting this all up, but we're gonna survey them once a month. And hopefully kind of understand about social isolation and how technology does or doesn't impact that. And if it helps people access our hybrid programming, or if that kind of stays the same.
How many iPads do you have?
We have 96.
96.
Yeah, so we took the registration, and then the Needham Community Council is actually giving them out, because they already have the infrastructure to do that. So we're just kind of coordinating with them and trying to figure out how to get them out, I guess. Does that make sense? Officially, yeah. We're learning, as
So
we
is
go.
there a process either here or at the community council to teach the people how to
Mhm.
use
Yes.
them?
Yeah, it's just a new product for us. We've always done the Fire tablets, so when we had to pivot, we had to kind of update all the training. And then we got a big wave of signups right away and not really a trickle, so we're just trying to figure out now how to get them out quickly to the 40 people that signed up. And then once we get a handle on that, we'll do more outreach, and give out the rest of them. I'm sure they'll go, so we're excited. The state came and met with us about this, and they were like excited. They want to use our training materials as a model for other COAs, which is really cool. So we shared them all with them. And then next week, there's a meeting for all the grantees through this program, and we're doing a slide of it, so. So everyone's gonna kind of present of where they are, so that'll be fun to hear what everyone else is up to. But they did say everyone ran into the same procurement issues as we did, which made me feel better, so. We're also partnering with Youth and Family Services to start up a shopping service we had done a few years ago. We just did it for a year, but we're gonna start it. So we've trained, I think, 6 volunteers. Youth is coordinating the student volunteers, and we're finding the older adults, and the students will go grocery shopping or CVS or kind of whatever errand that person needs once a week. So yeah, so they're going in pairs. So right now we have 3 seniors and 3 pairs of students. So we're modeling off the Brookline COA has a program that's been doing it for years and years, so we're kind of modeling it after them. And we'll see if it takes off or not, but we did it a few years ago, and we do still have one older adult who now the the student is graduated in college and now her sister is doing the shopping with the mother.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
and anytime there's an issue, they're out and helping that person. So they formed their own connection through this program and now have a relationship. They've gone out to dinner, so we're hoping, you know, to just connect community members basically is the goal of it, and hope it sticks. We're also restarting our friendly visitor program, very, very soon and kind of expanding it to more task-based services as well. We found that people don't necessarily want a friendly visitor, or that feels too vague or too open, but you know, they might need someone to run to the hardware store or something and then maybe chat for a little bit afterwards, so. So we're gonna see how that goes. But Jess Rice has been wonderful. She updated all our training materials. We're starting to recruit volunteers and we'll get that started really, really soon. I'm hoping within the next month. Isabel's still at the community council. She's doing Wednesdays during food pantry hours. She's seen 103 people or done 103 appointments there, which we're thrilled about because it's a brand new program. And it's connected us with a lot of new people and we're tracking data from that.
She's fantastic. She does an
Yeah,
excellent job.
She's been great, and I think it's a great service. It's definitely a lot of people that, for whatever reason, we didn't know before, so they're not coming here or connected, so, it's working. And yeah, that's about it.
Okay,
Could I just ask?
Yeah.
Thank you.
is that all you've done?
Could I just ask a question? This is on the medical drop
Sure.
offs and stuff. How exactly does that work? Does somebody, they call up and they say they need a ride?
Mhm.
Now, does that ride stay there or do they, after the appointment, do they have to call back and?
Mhm.
How do you get back to the place?
Yeah, so that it's like basically a concierge service that uses Uber and Lyft. So for people who don't have the app on their phone, you call an 800 number and there'll be a senior center code, so it's linked to our account. We're gonna schedule the rides for people just because we just wanna know who's kind of going where, so we're tracking our funds.
So they would call
They'll
here.
call Stefan. Stefan can pre-schedule it on their website.
Okay.
And then the website automatically calls that Uber, you know, however long before they need to go, the website's able to calculate how long it will take to whatever their arrival time should be. And then the person, if they have the app, it will notify them on their phone. If they don't, they'll get an automated call from GoGo saying your ride is John in a red Camry. He'll be there in 7 minutes and this is his license plate number. And then when they're ready to go back, they can have the doctor's office call that number, call GoGo.
Also, somebody from the doctor's office has to call.
They do, or actually, no. If we pre-schedule it, they'll get no, we're having people call because in case their appointment runs late, that's right, sorry. We don't want to pre-schedule their return in case they're not ready, because then we'll get charged. So they will call GoGo if they don't have a phone, the doctor's office, or if they have a smartphone, they'll get a link via text. They can just click the link and it'll automatically order them a ride. So,
So you're not stuck, because I see it at the community council all the time.
yeah, and we're happy to have the service because also if someone gets like lost in Boston, God forbid, or gets dropped off at the wrong exit, and there's no one at our phone to help them, or Stefan's out driving or something, then they'll be able to call GoGo and talk to a person, and that person will be able to find them a ride. We just don't feel like we have the capacity to have someone like seated there doing it all day, so.
Do those things happen often that they can't find
We
somebody?
haven't lost anybody yet.
No.
right?
No, we haven't.
That was your answer.
Don't jinx us.
A lot of times you say you're at door A, but nobody has found door A, the driver's waiting at door B. And
Yeah,
so, you might have that kind of a mix up,
yeah, we don't, and we haven't done this, so we don't know, but the interface, the website is amazing and it allows you to kind of, instead of having to type in the exact address, you can move the dot on the map. So like if they tell you, they call and they say, I'm on the corner of Huntington and whatever, GoGo can put that in the map and it'll give the driver the GPS coordinates of where they are, as opposed to saying like, I'm at the Shapiro building. But maybe that has 4 doors,
Yeah.
so
And Newton's been using it too.
Newton
Yeah.
uses it, yeah, and there is an option.
Is it easy? It doesn't sound easy.
Well, you have to
it is-
try it.
Well, I have a friend in mind, I'm thinking of who has difficulty, and I'm
Let's-
thinking, oh, she's gonna get lost.
And
No, it'll be easy for the rider. We'll see about us.
put it this way,
We'll do a
they
test
have,
run.
riders up to over 100 years old, and they're able to figure it out.
Yeah,
You know, how to make the phone calls and how to
yeah.
navigate all of this, so it's.
So they have to know how to use the.
No,
This is
no, they don't have to
definitely-
use the app. They'll get if they don't have a cell phone, they'll get an automated call on their landline saying your ride will be there in 10 minutes.
Or you can have
Yeah.
the doctor's office call.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The other cool thing about this, we're providing rides like Monday through Friday. I think we're doing 8 to 6. Our outer limit, it has the ability to put a geofence, so, if someone is able to bypass us and call directly, they can't, schedule their own Uber to New Hampshire, on our account. And they also have the ability to create their own account, like through GoGo, like say they don't know how to use it, they don't want to subscribe, they can put in their own credit card, if they want to go somewhere on the weekend or something, and so,
It's an amazing service.
I hope so, we'll find out.
I hear it all the time.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
You use it, can't you use?
No, I don't. Well, I also volunteer at the community council. I sit right across from Mary Ellen. So I hear her making these phone calls all the time.
Yeah.
And that's a great way to contact with these people.
Yeah,
To make sure they're okay, that
Yeah.
everything is okay. If they've been ill, how are
Yeah.
you doing? How's the family? So it's incredible service.
thank you, we're
And we
excited
had
to
so
try
much
it.
need for, people who had appointments in Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Some people
Yeah.
aren't able to use the train, so it really
And that's,
is
the
not good.
community
I
council
can
goes,
imagine that makes a huge
the
difference.
community council will go to Chestnut Hill, but they won't go to Brookline.
Right, so
Which
we'll go to Brookline, we'll just make the map for Needham a little bigger.
They don't
Yeah,
do Which was just kind of weird, but
Yeah.
that's just outside of their parameters.
yeah. We did try, we gave taxis, we tried, we did 3 runs at taxis and it was wonderful, we'd love to support them, but there's not a ton of taxis available, oftentimes they couldn't use the needs. And one of our round trips ride to Boston ended up costing $375.
Ouch.
So, we're expecting to be a little less
they do
generally,
great.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
If someone misses their GoGo, their Uber, we get charged $5 as opposed to, paying the fare of the taxi, and then we just order them another one when they're ready. So we are gonna have people who use the ride sign an agreement beforehand saying like, I understand this is how it works. I understand that I won't book any personal rides without consulting the COA, that, so we'll see. But we wanna try it, so.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hope we can continue. I'm excited about it.
yeah.
Good. Anything else? Not enough?
That's it.
I mean,
Yeah,
is that
done
what
enough.
we're doing?
I've done enough chatting. Sick of my voice.
Oh, no, great job.
Thank you.
Great, thanks. Anybody going to talk about Aisha, and programming? I know she's not on. so-
Yeah, I can talk about, programming. I know she, included a board, in the
Yeah,
board report.
Yeah, I
but
don't, maybe we should just ask if everybody's read the board report. Is there any questions about it? One of the things I wanted to bring up, you and I had a conversation about, Park and Rec.
Mhm,
We're doing the same programming, using the same teachers
mhm.
that we were doing. So I had a conversation with a board member, one of the board members. And apparently this had happened a few years ago and we straightened it all out. And so they're going to see what they can do and get back to me and see if we can, because I mean, it's kind of silly that we're doing the same programs and we're doing it with the same teacher.
No, because.
And if there's a reason for it, maybe it's people that feel they'd rather go to Park and Rec and not come to the senior center, but if it's not being, if it's not offered, then they don't, have a chance, so an opportunity to make that decision. I don't know what the reason for it all is, but it certainly takes away in some ways from both organizations.
But Park and Rec's offered my wife takes 2 classes at Park and Rec. The ones who will go on might be exercise, which have been in place for years, but it's not someone who's also here.
Well, the concern, it's not a concern, it's just, it's a duplicate effort.
Yeah.
And it's the same, where it's the same class with the same teacher.
Okay, so the ones she takes are not.
Right.
Yeah, and
And
my
so that's,
reason-
that's what the concern was, so I just wanted to
And my
kind of set
reason
in
to-
motion a little question on that and what can be done between the two groups.
And my reason too was to see if they are the same programs, if maybe an option was for us to offer it at a different time. So it doesn't conflict with the same time that they're offering the class, and maybe we're trying to increase our evening program. So if that instructor can provide an evening class for us, that may be helpful too, but yeah.
Right, and they're, and basically Park and Rec charges more than we do for classes. So, yeah, anyway, we're looking into it and, we'll see if we can work something out to the benefit of both groups.
Yeah, and the other thing about programming, I just wanted to highlight that as we're getting closer to the holiday season, it's not always a happy type of celebration, so the social service is offering a lecture around holiday
Yeah, next
support.
Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah, so that's one of the things we're doing too, so we're trying to incorporate a little bit of everything to help people get through the holidays, relieve some stress, and as you know, we're full for our Thanksgiving dinner already.
Mm.
We're full.
We're full, I think, yeah, I think we have 125 people signed up,
Yeah.
yeah, so.
Good. And you said you're all
We're
set.
good on
for
volunteers,
help.
yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so we do have, like Ann will, and some other exchange club people will.
No, we
We'll be here.
appreciate that, yeah.
No,
I
yes,
think
she does.
I think I should get back to
Me.
Colleen, because the Exchange Club had offered to.
Yeah, I think you
I-
had 5, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I sent the
yeah,
list,
yeah, we're
But
good, we
there's
have
one
a
other
few.
person who was interested, and I said you only needed 4 or 5.
Yeah.
But if you needed any more,
No, I think we're good, because we have a few of our
Okay.
regulars volunteering too, so,
Okay.
yeah, thank you, though,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, they're always happy to do it.
No, we appreciate it,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll always ask when we have a community dinner, so let them know.
yeah.
Right, and the thing is, when I mentioned it at our club meeting the other day, it was, people just came up immediately to
Mhm.
where I was sitting and said, I'll help. And I probably turned away at least 3 or 4 people. But, those are the people that I'll go back to so that we get everybody to kind of experience one of those dinners, yeah,
Okay.
so.
We might be asking for some friendly visitor program volunteers too,
Yeah.
so tell them to hang tight. We're modeling it after that day of service through the Exchange Club, because it's been so
Right,
successful.
yeah.
so,
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a little less than we had the year before.
Mm.
And we wondered if it was anything to do with that we didn't rate leaves.
Ranking leads the year before had very popular recipients.
True. What happened was, it was a very windy day. And it was like,
I think that their efforts were better served to do. the more
Right,
Difficult.
right.
jobs.
but we had less people, so we didn't know if it was just that we had not offered leaf raking this year.
I don't know, yeah, that's a good question,
We
yeah.
could do a survey and ask if that
Yeah.
was one of the.
But I know the people, like, we always get a lot of people like love it.
Yeah.
I mean, it really serves an unmet need, so,
Yeah, we've done some
Um,
very nice.
yeah.
Thank you cards.
And the things that we get calls afterwards, after it's already
Yeah.
over. So that's letting you know the program is helpful.
If they're still looking for it.
Mm,
Sometimes we'll get calls.
And we've had people, some of our Exchange Club members who did things for people, and they'll call them for in a month or 2 and ask
Yeah.
to do something else, and they often will go and do it,
yeah,
so.
we have
there
a
is
few
a
of
little
those
bit of-
that
yeah.
still
Yeah.
have relationships from it, yeah.
So then, I don't know if you know, a few of us then did, 250 sandwiches that day
Holy
also
smokes.
for the veterans.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that we take into a veterans organization in Boston, so that's our day of service for Exchange. I'm just pumping up exchange.
Well, we love the
It's
help.
the Needham community, right? We all
Yeah,
work together,
Right,
so, yeah,
exactly,
Well, they like to come here, the exchange members. like
Yeah.
to come here
yeah.
To help out.
yeah. Okay, anything other than what's in the, board report on transportation that you might want to mention, or we all, anybody have any questions on that? I do, I want to know what happened to the vehicle.
Yeah, I mean.
Was it our fault? Was it our fault or somebody else's, I hope?
I don't know the logistics behind it,
Okay.
Stefan does know, but no one got injured, so that's the good thing, and, it's gonna be repaired,
That's
so,
the important thing.
yeah,
Right,
What happened?
it was a little. sentimental.
little accident, little fender bender,
I call it a fender bender.
so that,
here in town, was it?
I don't know, I don't know. But it took the vehicle off the road, so, to be fixed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, right, it is, absolutely, so. The other thing, there's a thing on the Market Basket here and how people want to go to Market Basket. For the first time in my life, I went to Wegmans. In
First
Westwood,
time?
Yes.
yeah,
Oh,
I
golly.
love that place.
I was totally amazed.
It's my second home. It's my only entertainment these days.
And you know, I'm always concerned about the trip to the Market Basket and the time spent and everything. And I don't know whether the Wegmans is closer or not, but price wise,
It's the price.
oh my
Basket.
God.
Doing the business because of the price.
The price.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no different. You can't compare the two of them price wise.
Well, I've not been to both.
What?
I've not been to either. Well, this was I've been to Market Basket once and that was my first trip. So it's hard to compare prices unless you're,
My shop.
You're talking-
Basket, I go every week, it's like half the price of Rush Brothers,
well, everybody's happy, right? The Rhodes Brothers.
Everybody I work with, no matter what their age.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah,
work with
yeah.
people between 25.
It's
and
interesting
70.
because we had a board member who was
Yes,
worked.
years ago, yes.
I forget his name.
Right.
Cross.
He's a golfer.
Oh,
Gary
yeah.
Crossan.
Yes.
Yeah, and, you know, the Waltham store is like their fifth biggest store. It's an amazing business in Waltham.
Really?
Incredible. I don't go to the Cape every time I go to the Cape, but if I go over the Sagamore Bridge, I'm at Market Basket. I'm there most every week also.
Me
So
too.
Wegmans is different in that the amount
Get
of
my car to
prepared,
drive.
the amount of prepared foods at Wegmans is staggering.
You got me.
I think it's a great concept.
You don't like to cook.
I'm a retail guy, I do all the shopping,
Yeah,
so I like going to my retail stores.
yeah.
I was just amazed.
Well, that's why they
You
want to go
learn
to
something
Market
new every
Basket.
day.
It's entertaining. I feel like it's just fun to be in there, look at different
Yeah, I
things
mean,
and, yeah.
I had gone there to
Yeah.
shop for the sandwich making they
Yeah.
were doing, and their bread was like, I think it was like $1.29 for a loaf of bread about this big that we used that
Yeah.
day.
I did a comparison one time in my mind between what I paid for a certain bunch of items at Market Basket versus Roach's. And it was almost $100 difference.
Wow,
Yeah, it's,
yeah, roaches are, is really.
they think they're Whole Foods.
Right.
And with the cost of food going up, our participants will definitely benefit from
Yeah.
going to
I
market.
think the problem with somebody like me and maybe other people in my category is it's convenient. You know, do I really want to drive that distance to go
Yeah.
grocery shopping? And after this experience, the answer is yes, I do.
Yeah.
You could always go on a van to Market Basket.
Well, that's true.
Can I tell that exchange story about going to, Market Basket? Everybody wanted to go to Market Basket, and when you go up 128, you can see it up on the hill, and you think, oh, this is gonna be nice and
Yeah.
easy to get to. But one of the gentlemen in Exchange Club, he said, he travels everywhere. He's driven through Canada, the United States, has never gotten lost in his life. Now, he got off the exit to go to Market. He got lost going to Market. It's not easy, you think
No,
it's gonna be
it's
right
not.
there.
The point is, when the first time and only time I went, I also got lost.
Yeah.
Because instead of going right, I went left. And I'm driving and driving and I'm saying, but you see it. I'm like,
You have to take a left on one side to get there.
Good job,
used to work
security
with-
for
That I
Dylan.
did, because of the traffic light. Anyway, we digress, sorry. Okay, anything else that you'd like to bring up about the, board report?
No. Oh, the other thing I wanted to just share, movement is gonna happen with the additional, parking spaces, so I'll keep. you
Oh, is it?
updated.
Oh,
When's it gonna happen?
I don't have a
Oh.
time frame, but I just didn't want, the board to think that it's just buried, but it's gonna take place, so I'll keep you.
so
posted.
have they approved it, or are we still in the waiting for their final approval? Because I know we've got to that point.
Let me get back to you.
Yeah, no, that's all right, but I.
Sorry. Wait for the bureaucracy.
Movement is happening,
Right.
so,
No, I knew that we were making steps towards
yeah.
getting
Did I
there, so.
read someplace that, were you having like a memorial service?
It's not a memorial service, it's a remembrance
A
service,
remembrance, okay.
and
Did
we
you already
had
have
it, yes.
Oh,
It
when
was a
that?
way, what was it, Wednesday,
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yeah, just-
Yeah, you
Oh,
just
just
missed
this
it.
week. Oh, how do you do that?
So what we did was we put pictures out of, participants. We didn't go too far back, but our recent, participants who have passed away during COVID. And it was a way for some family members to come, some of our participants, and we just gathered and looked at the pictures, talked about what they remembered about the
Oh, fun.
participant, and that was it.
Nice.
We didn't have people getting up saying anything, it just that.
Would
Talk
you
amongst
do that
ourselves.
every year now?
I'm hoping to do it every year, yeah.
Then it's easier to just say everybody from this date, this year.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it either, but it was, I know Latanya said it was a very nice.
Yeah.
event.
That's nice to do that.
We'll do another one next Thursday, just with one of our participants,
Friday.
Friday.
Okay. Okay, chairperson's report, I don't really have one. For those of you that were on Zoom with me on Tuesday, know that the board voted to those who participated, we had a quorum, voted to issue a letter in support of the town meeting's vote on housing. So Tim is in the process of composing something for me to review and sign. So that was good.
I'm sorry we missed that. It just sort of passed us by, but I'm glad you did figure that happened.
But you did get, do you know whether you got my?
We didn't
email?
I
get it.
didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
Really? Wow, I apologize. I thought I covered it. Obviously, I didn't cover everybody, but I have a group.
As long as you had nothing about it. it's fine.
Right.
I
Colleen,
was-
who was the gal who was sitting next to you? Oscar was on one side of you, who was,
Paula Dickerman,
okay, I didn't know who she was.
yes, very, very knowledgeable.
Very, very.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Very pleasant and really did her homework in all this. So she was very good. Okay, may I have a motion to approve the minutes of October 20th?
Was that the September meeting? It's October 10th, I think. Right? I got the date right? So I was a little confused because I thought Annie's note.
So the one I have here says is dated October 10th.
Yeah, it is the October 10th meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's. the
Oh,
one that's-
okay, so,
okay.
okay. Yeah, I'll,
That's about right.
yeah, I missed that meetings.
Yeah, I think, yeah, no, I
Yeah.
think we approve the September one.
Okay.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
Yeah,
Okay,
okay, again, is there a motion to approve the,
So moved.
thank you, Ed, is there a second?
Second,
Is there any discussion, admission, corrections, additions, not admissions? I was in the A category. Okay, all in favor?
all right.
Aye.
Thank you. Any opposed? Okay. So Ted's not here. So,
I have a couple things.
okay,
So I talked to a couple of people, so I'm concerned, so we're losing with Denise retiring. We're really losing a strong voice for this board and the seniors. And I spoke to a couple of people that are concerned in the replacement for the town manager, that we have someone who's attuned to senior affairs. And I think I spoke to Colleen and I spoke to Ed. But, so I sent Kevin Keane an email saying that I thought someone should be on the search committee who's familiar, up to date with senior affairs. And I got back from him, thank you for the suggestion, it's a good one. He thought I meant only the board, I think, looking at the list of COA board members, I see a lot of talented people, I would certainly include this in considering the makeup of the committee, so. I just thought, I just think it's important, I'm not, I think we need all the support we can get. Secondly, I see on the agenda that the select person, Josh Levy, is going to be here, I believe, next Wednesday. He has office hours here. I think I saw that in Aisha's thing somewhere.
I saw that
I think I read that someplace.
Huh?
I read that someplace too.
Does anyone?
Is
So-
he coming up to meet with the people in the cafe?
Yes, correct.
Maybe, is it a
And so I was
coffee hour
going to
maybe?
sort of lobby the people in the gym tomorrow, that it would be a good time to come with their thoughts.
is that this
is
coming
it coffee
Wednesday?
with, Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
And it's this Wednesday?
I think it's next Wednesday, yeah.
And what thoughts were you thinking, Dan?
Huh?
What thoughts were you thinking?
Well, the things the people, the gym people want,
Jim,
things that they want improvements, and I think the participants know what they want, so.
the senior point of view.
Yeah, no, well, that, yeah, for the town manager. that,
Okay.
so, But I think with the select person here, putting our face in front of as many people as often as possible is good.
I spoke with them several
Huh?
months, I spoke with them several months ago and his grandmother. used
Somebody,
to-
yes,
So he knew a lot about
Yeah,
the
he-
town,
and
but I
when
had
I-
no idea the timing.
yeah.
I just sent it.
So the other thing, when we passed, in September, we voted to go forward with everything. And I thought, wow, is that smart? But then I saw the town just allocated $3 million for tennis courts. Yeah. So that's on my list along with studying the train whistles. When we go.
You don't like train whistles, don't move to needle, sorry.
And two things that I think we're always looking for new senior things. So Belmont started this program, Kin for the Kinless, and it's people who are like widows whose kids are widows whose kids aren't around. And they have 8 to 10 people after the first year and the first month, and they're gonna meet once a month and help each other out and drive people, which I thought was good. And in the Cape, I don't know if you know, but Barnstable and Yarmouth have a program called Beta Shore,
I didn't.
with all sorts of people joined who help other seniors. I had a friend who unfortunately passed away recently, who used the service a lot to take the doctor's appointments and things. Thought that was a.
But, I think if we go back and listen to what the report.
No,
said-
I think we're doing a lot. of
Yeah,
that.
I mean.
I think we are, but I thought the kids for the Kinless was really interesting.
It's an interesting name,
Yeah.
in some ways, we're kind of doing the same thing,
Right.
but it's.
Right, no,
We
exactly.
don't have a catchy name.
No, but maybe we should Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not sold on friendly visitor, because it's not really
Yeah,
what it
friendly
is.
visitor,
Yeah,
that's a little-
yeah,
Religious.
but no,
But
that's
it's
good.
scary.
Yeah, fair point, noted. Yeah, no, but that's good to hear, yeah,
Right.
and it's good for us to know, because we can reach out and see what's working for them and get ideas.
I'm looking as we talk.
No, we're Googling.
That's it.
Yeah, okay,
Just
well,
a couple.
yeah, I am not going to be here, on Wednesday when, Josh, when it comes, so,
Well, I think it's good, maybe not for board members to be there, but
Yeah.
for participants.
Just, no, you need some vote probably.
Yeah, well, I can't be here for that.
yeah. So the other thing is, we had to cancel, we did have a board coffee with, scheduled, but we had it scheduled for,
Rosh Hashanah.
Rosh Hashanah. So that hasn't been rescheduled, so maybe we should, I'll talk to, Aisha
Okay.
and see if we can't reschedule it. And maybe, I don't know if right now, between now and
January.
Christmas, yeah, you know,
Tough time.
is too busy.
Might be good to wait.
So I think we'll wait till after the first of the year, but I think it went well the last time we did it. I think people were interested
I
and,
agree.
so I'd like to do that again, so. Okay, is that it, Dan? Okay. Bev, friends.
Nothing about bingo.
Thank you, Bev.
Except it's going very well. As you all know, we're still getting donations, day-old donations from Panera's.
That's my green, that's-
And so I'm picking, well, my husband and I are picking them up on Monday evenings, a little after 9. They become very strict. I have to call around 6 p.m. to say that somebody will be there from the Needham Senior Center. And then one evening, we arrived at like 10:09. You gotta stand over there. We are not allowed to give out the donations until 9:01.
No, excuse me.
So I noticed this morning, I was here and did a couple shine people, and I was here like at 8:30.
Yeah.
And I did a couple shine people and I did a half hour at the gym, and I noticed when I came in, all the breads and stuff on the table, and by 9:30, 75 or 80% of them were gone, so I thought,
Wow,
we see.
well, that's great. But let's see, and the holiday was on Monday. So when we went Monday night, oh my God, I had a trunk full. And the back seat of my car was full of bags of bread. And so I said to the manager, what happened? And she said, no one came. We overbaked.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? The bread is heavy. That's why I bring my husband.
right,
But I don't know what they put in the bread, but it was like, it weighs a ton. So anyway, it seems to be going well. Now, at our last meeting, Aisha and I had some discussion about getting volunteers to do it.
Right,
And what came up were students and having it as a community service type of project. So I'm gonna follow up with Aisha because I think that would be nice.
it would be
The thing
nice if you and Walt didn't have to go down there
Yes.
and, yeah,
Right, and it's not far, I mean, that's
Right.
not it,
Right.
but, the thing is, then we should get it here like 8 o'clock the next morning. So I don't know how that works with students.
Yeah, because they have to be in
Right.
school by 8.
yeah.
Yeah,
So you go at night, you keep it in your car.
right, in the garage,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 and you should smell that. coffee.
Must be.
Yeah.
I'm going to a bread fair.
I'd be,
Oh, yeah.
you know, but I'd be happy to do that sometime. If you want a break, just let me know and I'm
Yeah,
happy to
You,
do
you
that.
do plenty though. And the thing is, it's at night and winter's coming, so we don't know how the weather's gonna be, you know.
Yeah,
So let's see if I can work something out with Aisha.
Do you get just bread or do you get the other?
Oh, my God. One,
You don't know.
day, we had a
Okay.
plastic bag full of those long loaves. I'm not sure what they're called.
Baguettes,
They're long.
baguettes,
Maybe that's it.
baguettes.
We must have 30.
Wow.
Wow.
You
Yeah.
cut them up in pieces and give them with your
Yeah.
soup.
And Tom and the kitchen staff are very good about cutting the loaves and, yeah.
Individually wrapping them down.
That's right, until they run out of wrap. You know, sometimes we're lucky and everything is wrapped, like the bagels are wrapped and everything. Other times it's like, just goes into a bag and here.
Yeah.
Latanya, have you tried Temu for buying the individual wrap baggies?
No, we just usually get sandwich
I
bag.
bought them, some well, they were for cookies, but
Okay.
I'm sure you could get the right size. They were 100 for $2.39.
Oh, okay.
The catch is you'd have to buy $10 worth, but in a place like this, that's like nothing.
Like 2 weeks.
You're like, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
and there was
I'll
free shipping.
Okay, I have the app.
They
I'm
had
familiar
pages
with
and
it,
pages
so,
and pages of different kinds of things.
yeah,
We were
okay.
looking for cookies in particular, but, and I'm not, wasn't a Temu person, but for something like that, if you can get them for that kind of money.
So are we gonna have cookies at the next meeting? That's what I just heard.
I was buying them for somebody else who does make
man.
good cookies.
No, I'll
We're
order
open.
some. Thank you. I took a note of it.
And they say, I needed it by a particular day, but, and the timing was very short, but I had it exactly when I was supposed to.
Mm,
So
that's good to know.
clothes, I don't know if I do, but something like bags, you
Yeah.
can't.
They have everything on this site.
Don't they, though?
Yeah.
Always.
Although with the embargo coming in on Chinese stuff, who knows?
Anyway, Beth, go ahead.
Yes, and.
I'll order right
Fortune
away.
Is going well. We are making money and we have a group of volunteers that recently went through all the jewelry and whatever was tucked away, so they were trying to clean out and spruce up. And have a themed table in the front, not a lot of clutter, but for Veterans Day, they had red, white, and blue and, you know, that type of thing for the various holidays. So it seems to be going well. And you all know the new name is Boutique.
What is it?
Right,
Boutique.
Boutique, or Boutique,
B-E-
Boutique.
That's what I was-
We rebranded.
There you go, there you go, yeah.
We just lifted it.
No, that's what I thought it was, that's why I was surprised to hear you say
And
it.
there is a special sale, the week before Thanksgiving, so that will be next week. Jewelry.
Oh, that's about jewelry there.
So if you have a chance and you're in the building, come and look.
And we have a group of ladies from, where are they from New Hampshire that come down?
Yes.
They south?
Yes,
Yeah.
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
so we thought maybe we could get a busload. It could be part of the tour. Anyway, and I think that's about it. We meet the first Friday of each month. And Carol has not been with us for the past 2 meetings. She's feeling much better. So that's it.
Right, yeah, I know, and I've missed a couple of meetings too, sorry. But, okay, any old business, new business?
The only thing I wanted to add for the new business was, it's not new, but just to let you know that our monthly meetings with Springwell are continuing. That's why she's always following up with a
Right.
report for me to share with the board. So if you see those aren't my reports. Those are actually coming from our monthly meeting. All the CEO directors meet with her.
We meet once a month.
Okay.
And
We
then
do
she
too.
gives you a summary.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Motion to adjourn?
There's a second.
Didn't waste any time with that.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you.